Welcome to the Drug Concentration Code series. I'm Dr. Alfred Ricks Jr., and in this series of videos, I will focus on emergency drugs, those drugs used in ICUs, emergency rooms, and in hospitals and ambulance codes. The concentration code teaches pattern recognition, bedside mental math, and the emergency drug shortcuts that turn slow, calculator-dependent clinicians into the fastest person in the room. Picture this. The monitor starts alarming. The doctor calls for a vasopressor, and your hand goes to your pockets before your brain has even finished processing the order. You're reaching for your phone, opening the calculator app, and typing in numbers while the room moves fast around you. You already know what that moment feels like, and you already know that it shouldn't feel that way. It's not a moment of incompetence. You're not a bad clinician because you reach for a calculator. Most of the nurses, paramedics, and physicians working in critical care settings right now do exactly the same thing. They hang drips every shift. They titrate vasopressors. They mix emergency infusions. And almost all of them do it while quietly carrying the same low-grade anxiety that you carry. The feeling that they're performing a task they don't fully understand. And they're trusting a number without truly knowing what that number means. And that one day, in the wrong moment, that number is going to matter. You see, pharmacology training in nursing school, medical school, and paramedic programs teach formulas. Preceptors teach policy. Drug handbooks list concentrations. What nobody teaches is the actual skill of looking at an IV bag and instantly knowing what's inside it. Nobody sits down with you and builds the mental model that lets you see a norepinephrine bag and immediately understand the drug density, the expected infusion rate, and whether the pump setting in front of you makes sense. My series will hand you that skill directly. The best clinicians in any ICU or emergency department aren't smarter than you. They didn't go to better schools or have better preceptors. What they have is a mental system, a way of organizing concentration information that lets them process it instantly instead of calculating it slowly. They've seen the same bag so many times in so many clinical contexts that the numbers stop being math and becomes a picture. They look at a bag labeled norepinephrine 8 milligrams and 250 milliliters, and they don't calculate. They see, they know. And that knowing frees up mental bandwidth to focus on the patient instead of the pump. You can build that same system, and that's exactly what this video series and book teaches. Being honest enough to recognize that deficiency takes more self-awareness than most people give themselves credit for. A lot of clinicians never do. They stay comfortable with calculators, never push past it, and never build anything deeper. View this series and get the book if you've decided to do something different. That decision matters more than you might think. Join me in part 2 of this series as I cover what concentration actually means. For more detailed information, get the book, The Concentration Code. I'll see you in part 2.